Alright, episode 1. So I'm going to try and play through all of the original parks as fast as possible. So my rule is I'm going to try and do it in the final year, which for the first couple I won't even need a year, so I'm just starting them as late as possible. This one, September 20th, so I'm giving myself a little over a month to do this. But as I get harder, I'll have to take more time. I'm going to try and do every single park in the game, in the original set of the game, in only the final year. So I'm going to let the time run and then only play the final year. So I'm making some rules for myself. I'm doing no save track designs because I feel like that would be a little bit too easy. You could just throw up a park in 10 seconds. And I'm also not destroying anything that is there at the start of the game. So anything that's already built on the park. And the reason I'm doing that is because I don't want every one of these parks to play the exact same. Because there's probably an optimized, strategy I'll figure out that'll work. So I do have a hotkey set up here. Oops. So make this 40. Now let's advertise for the park real quick. I have a hotkey set up, so when I hit the space bar, it exits whatever window I'm in, and that helps. And then you have stuff like F5 brings up the menu to build a new ride, F4 builds paths. Little stuff like that is going to be pretty helpful. So I'm going to try and do these parks not just like abusing the AI. I don't want to just build the same ride over and over because they'll eat it up, they'll love it. They're too stupid to know the difference. So I'm going to try and do it, build an actual park. So when you're talking about guest income, it's actually directly related to new rides. Ah, frick. So the more new rides you build, the more people will come. And I'm not sure the exact science behind the algorithm they use, but I know that the more you expand, the more guests will come in. So the key here is just to never stop building. So I'll throw up a roller coaster now that I have a couple things here. And this is going to be the fun part because with no save track designs, building all the roller coasters custom is actually going to be pretty tricky to do quickly. So let's try this. So if you want to do a drop that's 2 steep downs, you have to go up 13, so I can go up to 19. That'll take me back down to 6 where I started. Usually I think a 2 drop is a good middle ground. It's not going to create a roller coaster that's super long, but it'll create one with enough speed that you can get some excitement. So I'll just max out my loan, it doesn't matter. And I have to build this quick because I'm actually running out of time already. So I'm just going to do like 1 or 2 hills and then bring it back in. Because I got to get on this. Whoops. I'm still getting used to the hotkey. So if you're only doing one little, so it should go to 13. Alright. This should be good. Let's take a look. So, while that's testing, I'll do some other stuff. One thing about guests is that they don't come in with any hunger, they don't come in with any thirst, and they don't have to pee. And it takes about 3 months game time for them to have to do that kind of stuff. So if you're doing like a quick one like this, I actually don't have to worry about that, which is nice. So I'm not going to build any bathrooms. I don't even think I need any staff because this one is so short. So it's October 6th, plugging right along. This is going to be tough. So while I'm waiting for the parks to age, I'm going to be researching. Because at the start, you really don't have that much to build. Like a lot of the parks only have a couple rides. But it's going to be tough. I'm going to try not to just repeat the same rides over and over. But I might have to a little bit. So I just got to make sure there's not downtime. I'm always building something. I hate making these squares because guests get lost in them, because guests are stupid. Sometimes you can't avoid it. Man, this is slapping. Let's see, what do we got? Alright, pretty much anything above 5 is good enough for people to go on as far as excitement. Intensity is definitely not a bad thing either, unless it's super high. Woodens are hard to get over 6, but if you get over 6, it'll be a very popular ride. I guess I'll build a car ride. Ooh. I want to do this first. Okay. Sick. I don't really have that much to build here. So I'm at 126 guests. And there's about 15 days, 17 days left. So I think I got it. Should be fine. Just gotta keep throwing crap up. I'll build another shuttle loop after this. Shuttle loops are very good because they cycle through people very quickly, which is important. So what's going to be tough is if I didn't have anything with powered launch, I'd have to only do complete circuits. Those are going to be tough on the longer ones because money will become an issue. So this one's short. It's only a 1 year, and the goal is super easy. So money isn't really an issue. I can just max out my loans. But I think it will be on some of the harder parts. I'll run out of money. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to get around that. Shuttle loops make a lot of money because they cycle people through so quickly. I think I could wait it out with this. I'm going to keep building. What else is there even to build? Haunted House. Haunted House is the worst ride in the game. It's so bad that if you leave it at the default price for long enough, people will eventually think, I'm not paying that much to go on it, which is funny because it's like, it's the default. The good part about Haunted House is, so when it's raining, guests don't want to ride things. Like, they'll be thinking, I don't want to go on it while it's raining. But things that are covered, like Haunted House, merry-go-round, they'll actually go on in the rain. So if you have kind of a mix of both, they'll ride stuff even when it's raining. Because when it's raining, they just stop going on rides, so your income stops, which is kind of a pain in the neck. Oh, let's see if I can do this. Oh, that's cheeky. So how high does this go? 16, 16. Steel minis cannot go very high. So these can also do reverse incline shuttle launch mode, which is pretty nice because they're so cheap. This won't have very high excitement, I can tell you that right now, because there's no bank turns or anything. But people are dumb enough to go on it, so it'll work. I just got this bad boy. So let's check the date here. Okay, 25th. I'm 25 guests away and I have 6 days, so I think I will get it. This is actually my first try, so I think I guessed about right as far as how much time to allot myself. And like I said, these first few ones are almost going to be not worth doing because they're going to be so easy. You need so little time, but moving forward, I'm going to try and do every single park in just 1 hour. So an hour is a year in game time. So I'm going to see if I can do it only in the final year. And for some of the later parks that are, over 1,000 guests, that'll be pretty tricky to do. I'll have to be really smart with how I lay out my rides to make sure I have profit. Because I'm going to need money to continually expand. Like I'm not making any money. And I spent $13,000, just on rides. So this is not sustainable how I'm playing. So there it is, 250. Got it with 2 days to spare. Not bad. And I made a passable park. I don't know if I'd go here, but It's a real park. Alright, so that's gonna be episode 1 then. Episode 2, I guess, is I think Dynamite Dunes. I think it's a 3-year, so I'll have to wait till the final year to start that one. Not bad. I thought that'd be harder, actually. With 270 guests, so a solid 20 guests to spare, and a negative company value. So I lost money. There it is.